typo there, but I think it's actually card code 1, talk group 316-7972. So the Lake Area Amateur Radio Club, K5LRK, we're actually connected to a 220 repeater at 224.00, and also it has an AllStar NOAA 43670. And also, if you actually prefer the digital modes too, as well, we're actually connected to TGIF DMR Network, the Roundtable. And that talk group is 75065, and you can actually join us there too as well. And also, I would like to actually acknowledge that this net is actually being live streamed right now through YouTube, WTF.Reydio, and it's actually going through there too. So we actually appreciate everybody that is actually connected today. Also, I was actually checking the bubble today, and we have a lot of people from everywhere. So if you're actually listening to this net, we appreciate you guys actually connecting and being with us today. Before we start, I'm going to actually have two topics for today. Let me see how this net is going to go with. Today is actually the World Cup final, so Argentina is actually playing Spain. So we can actually talk a little bit about that, if you guys want to talk about that. I think it's actually been a pretty cool World Cup. We had a couple of games here in the DFW area. I think we had 9 matches, if I'm not mistaken, and I think everybody actually had fun, and it was actually pretty awesome to see that all the visitors were actually having fun in the DFW area with all the teams coming in, so that was actually pretty cool. Topic. If you don't want to talk about soccer or football, I really actually call it, depending on what part of the world you're from. But we can actually talk about ham radio too. So one thing that I would like to actually talk about it's about the remote ham stations. What do you think about them? Have you actually used them and things like that? So we're going to go with those two topics today, or if you want to actually talk something a little bit different, basically how was your ham radio week or anything else, you're more than welcome to do. That's one of the things I really like about this net. We're very flexible, and the most important thing is actually having a conversation. So let's get started. Who wants to actually go ahead and check in for today's digitally speaking net? Go ahead with your call sign and name and location.
Comment, KJ5NKC, Kilo Juliet 5 November Kilo Charlie.
With your comment.
This is Pops, Kilo Juliet 5 November Kilo Charlie. Just in case anybody's interested, there is it's called there's a Jeep run for Stop the Violence. It's nationwide. Out here in Denton, we're at it's called the Golden Triangle Mall. Check-in's at 2:30, so if anybody's interested, come on out and join the Jeep fun. Anyway, back to net.
Pops, thanks for the announcement there. Hey, any other comments on the two topics for tonight? I'm not going to leave you that easy. Go ahead.
For me, I have to undo I'm filling up a tire right now, but y'all have a blessed day. 73 to everybody. KJ5NKC. We're going back to net.
Yeah, copy that. Well, enjoy your day, and thanks for the announcement there. Anybody else who wants to actually check in for tonight for today's net? Go ahead with your call sign and location.
Kilo Juliet 5 Lima X-ray CF Brandon Plano.
And how you doing? I got you there, but somebody else will try to actually come in, so I'm going to hold that person, and I'm going to go with you first, Brandon. Hey, how you doing, and what do you think about today's topic, or if you have any comments, go ahead.
I think Spain's going to win, and that's all I've got to say about that. And what do you mean by mobile unit? Do you mean one of those like super fancy mobile rigs, or just like a mobile off-the-grid regular person setup?
What I mean by remote ham stations, basically like these new flex radios that you can have an antenna somewhere else, and basically there's some services out there that they do have that, and basically you can actually log in through a portal, or basically through the software of the radio, and basically you can transmit basically from any locations. The reason I want to bring that topic is because I got a couple of friends saying to me, oh, but that defeats the purpose of doing radio and all kind of stuff like that. But I completely enjoy the experience. I've been doing FD8, FD4, 6 meters, 10 meters, and that's actually why I bring this topic to life today, because I think it's actually a pretty cool option to have. Especially when you have a place where you have HOA restrictions and things like that. So that's where I'm going from with the topic tonight. Go ahead.
Well, you know, those radios they're freaking awesome. I mean, they're so versatile. They do so much, and to be able to take your radio, or to go, you know, you're in Florida and you can connect back to your antenna in Hickory Creek or Lake Dallas or Denton or wherever, and get out and play radio and stuff like that. You know, man, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think it's super awesome. Let me reset. You know, what I learned about those is that you can't use that type of a setup for like POTA or certain events, because you have to be transmitting from inside the park. So it still means when you're going to go do POTA or SOTA or things like that, you'll still have to take your antenna out and set it up and do all that stuff. So to me, you know, that's even playing field for everybody, right? I see it's nothing but a win-win. So that's what I got. KJ5 LXS.
That, Brandon, I appreciate that, and I think it's actually a benefit. I think this is actually, it happened, there's something called Desecheo Island, and they used a KP5 designation, and every time they actually bring an expedition there, everybody's trying to actually hit that. And basically KP5, it's an island next to Puerto Rico. It's part of Puerto Rico, but the KP5, I think it's actually pretty desirable because it doesn't transmit. It's a federal wildlife place for a lot of people, but one of the things that they do, they actually use a remote station, but the antenna and the equipment was actually based out of that island. And I don't know, I like it. I've been using it, I've been benefiting out of it, so it's actually pretty cool. And by the way, Argentina's going to win. Brandon, before I break with you, anything else?
Nope. I hope everybody out there is having a wonderful Sunday. The weather's beautiful, and it is time for me to crack open a beer and hop in the pool. So it's a Sunday fun day here at the Wells household. KJ5 LXS, back to net.
Yeah, man, enjoy your Sunday. It's really nice outside. I hope everybody's actually having an excellent Sunday today. Well, let's actually move from Brandon, and let's see if anybody else wants to actually check in for today's net. Go ahead with your name, location, and call sign.
5 November Juliet, James in Flower Mound.
Got a station in Flower Mound, but I didn't get your full call sign. Can you repeat it again?
At 5 November Golf Juliet, James in Flower Mound, Mobile.
This time, James. Thanks very much for clarifying that. I appreciate it. So what do you think about the two topics? Any way you want to actually go ahead with your comment. Back to you.
Just came out of church, so I wasn't listening to the first part of the net. What's the net topic for today? Back to you.
Two questions. If you want to go this way, we're talking about the World Cup today. I know right now Argentina's actually playing Spain, and I think they're actually already in the game 6 minutes. Thoughts about that? Or what do you think about remote ham stations? Back to you.
The Spain-Argentina thing, what was the second question? Back to you, so sorry.
From remote ham stations, like there's some flex radios out there. They have the software where you can actually kind of log into the radios anywhere in the world, and basically you can use that station. So any of the questions that you want to answer or any way, or how's your ham radio week as well? Go ahead, back to you.
Kilo Juliet 5, November Golf Juliet for ID. And hey, I'll answer the last one first. What's going on in my ham world? I just upgraded my license to general. It appeared in the FCC database 1 to 2 days ago. Last week I bought an FT991A, and I've been doing that. Made my longest contact yet, which was New Zealand, which was 7,000 miles, which was pretty cool. About remote stations, for the repeater real quick. I haven't really played with remote stations. I heard you, KJ5LO, talk about it on, I think it was the Young Hams net or something, maybe the training information, some net that we do. I look into it because I've been playing around with FT991A. It's pretty cool. Let's see if I could, once I get my extra, because I'm going through that right now, in Europe or something like that, and operate out of there and see what I could hear, see what I could talk to, which would be pretty cool. And my mom in the seat over from me thinks Spain is going to win. So back to you, and thank you for running the net. This is Juliet.
For participating today, man, and I appreciate that. Hey, I think a lot of people like Spain. I'm seeing already two people already with Spain, so I'm for Argentina. I think Argentina is going to win. They got one of the best players in the world, so I hope he actually wins so he can retire. But yeah, to Spain, that's great. And about the remote ham radio, thanks for the comment. I appreciate that, James. Anybody else who wants to actually check in for today's net, come with your name and call sign. Go ahead.
Whiskey 4 Delta Lima Golf. The name is Dan in Knoxville, Tennessee.
5 GGH. This is Van.
Whiskey Full Delta Lima Golf Dan in Knoxville, Tennessee, and then I think I got Ann. I didn't get the full call sign, but I'll take your traffic in just a minute. So Dan, I'm going to start with you. What you think about the World Cup? Who's going to win? I know Argentina's playing with Spain. Or what do you think about remote ham radio stations? Back to you, sir.
Thanks for picking me up. This is Whiskey 4 Delta Lima Golf in Knoxville, Tennessee. The name is Dan. I don't know much about soccer, so I don't know who to root for, who not to root for, but if you say Argentina got the best player in the world, then I'm going to pick Argentina to win. Remote station, I don't know much about. Pretty new into the hobby, but still trying to learn what I can. So I'll just go with my ham activity this week. Made quite a few contacts working different bands this week, working FT8 and SSB and the local UHF, VHF, and getting out there and just putting my name out there so everybody can hear what I got to say, which is not important. Back to you, Net Control.
Copy that, Dan. Hey, I got a quick question for you. Are you actually using digital mode right now, or are you actually coming through a repeater? Back to you.
I'm using the AllStar link. Over.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for actually joining the Nets today. We appreciate your comments, and hey, and congrats. I think you just said you actually recently became a ham, and also I forgot to actually say, James, congratulations on your upgrade on your ticket. So that's awesome. Dennis, any other comments before I actually break with you and move to Ann? Back to you.
No more comments. You can go back to your next call. Thanks for running that. Whiskey 4 Delta Lima Golf, clear.
That's awesome. It's always actually good to have people from around the country in the net. So welcome to the Digitally Speaking Net, and we're actually always every Sunday here. We got different topics, and all my co-net control operators, they're actually doing an awesome job. So it's a really good net to actually enjoy. So let me actually break with Dan, and I'm going to move to Ann. Ann, can you repeat me your call sign one more time because I didn't get it? Back to you.
A-I-5-G-G-H. This is Van Dale.
I think I got Van, right? If I if I actually got your name wrong, I apologize about that. But going back to the questions, what do you think about the World Cup? Spain is actually playing with Argentina right now. And or the other topic that we got tonight, or today, what do you think about remote ham stations? Have you actually used them, or what do you think about them? Back to you.
What I think is fantastic about the winning the cup, I guess, but on the other, I just don't know about it.
Yeah, copy that. And what about the remote ham stations? Any comments? Back to you.
I think you need to have them because there could be an emergency anywhere in the world, and you never know. Ham radio will save lives. It's an absolute unknown idea. I'm glad they did it. I mean, we're going to be able to save lives now for sure.
That's correct. I think it's actually pretty critical to actually at least have something or have the way of doing it. And sometimes I'm actually at work and I want to actually kind of work something out. So basically I just remote to any of the stations from the website I'm actually using, either in Atlanta or Phoenix, and I see the conditions to see, where I can actually transmit. But that's actually excellent. So any other further questions before I break with you and make a couple of more announcements? Back to you.
Fantastic. The House of Representatives sent me a letter saying we appreciate and we love you for being ham radio operators.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and thanks for coming to the net today. Before I move to any other check-ins, I'm going to actually go ahead with some club-related activities happening in the area. Let me reset the right quick.
Basically.
This is KJ5LO net control for the Digitally Speaking Net. And some club-related activities for next week, the fourth Monday of every month. The Denton County Amateur Radio Association is going to have their meeting. This is actually going to be in the Denton County Administrative Courthouse on 1 Courthouse Drive, Denton, Texas, 76208. And it's actually going to be at 7 p.m. on July 27th, the fourth Monday of every week. Also, I just want to actually mention that every week we have actually the Digitally Speaking Net, and it's actually every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time. And also we have in this repeater in the 146.920, we have the Training Information Net every Monday set for club meetings, basically at 8 p.m. Central Time. Also on the 146.92 repeater, we have the Young's Hams Net, and it's actually every Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Time as well. we also have the Denton County Harris Training Net the third Thursday of every month at 7:30. We just had, I think, the last one just this Thursday, and so check that out. It's very good nets on this repeater. And also, if you want actually more information, you can go to the Dakara.net website, and you can actually check the different activities they have there for the club. Going to actually move to check-ins again. Anybody else who wants to check in for today's topic? This is KJ5LO, net control for the digitally speaking net. Go ahead with your name and call sign.
Kilo Charlie 4, Echo Echo Lima.
K3 Jersey, what time?
Kilo Charlie 4, Echo Echo Lima. Go ahead with your traffic today. Go ahead, sir.
I just wanted to say you're doing a good job. That's the way to go for it, and we appreciate you running the net today. KC4EL, back to net.
Hey, thanks a lot, Bentley. Appreciate that. So anybody else who wants to actually check in for today's net, go ahead with your name and call sign.
So India 5, Hotel Sierra Echo, Pete, Watauga, Texas.
Basically.
Kilo India 5, Echo Romeo Sierra. I think it was actually Sam. Go ahead, Sam. The station that started with Kilo India 5. Go ahead.
Roger, I'm compromised antennas. We'll try it again. This is Kilo India 5, Hotel Sierra Echo, PI5 HSC in Watauga, Texas.
Kilo India 5, Hotel Sierra Echo. Go ahead with your traffic. And today's questions, if you want to talk about it, what do you think about the World Cup? Argentina's playing Spain right now, and or ham radio remote stations. What do you think about them? Go ahead.
So I'm merged with you. I've actually been tracking down all of the special event stations for the World Cup. Had a heck of a time getting Kansas City. Yes, we're just too close. Been a great time. There's actually days, the last day there's over. Let's see. It looks like there is 380 different radio events today for the special event station. So definitely a good day for hunting. Last day for hunting. As for the game, it's just too close to watch. I'm just going to sit back and wait.
Copy that. Thanks for your traffic. I do appreciate that. And if somebody has actually participated in that too, I would like to actually hear from you guys if you have made any contacts with the World Cup stations out there. I know that they had a few of them around the nation, and I think even in Canada and Mexico too. So if anybody has actually any information about that, we'd love to actually hear from that. So, hey, thanks for participating today. And I think I missed somebody with a Kilo 3 Juliet Romeo Zulu. Go ahead with your traffic. I think I was actually missing Kilo 3 Juliet Romeo Zulu. You're still there? So let's actually move to the next person. Anybody else who wants to check in to the digitally speaking net? This is Kilo Juliet 5 Lima Lima Oscar, your net control for tonight. Go ahead with your name and call sign.
Golf 5, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo, Scott, Denton. Uniform, Zulu, Delta, Jeremy.
Got two people. I got Scott and Jeremy. Scott, I'm going to start with you, and I'm sorry, let me actually repeat your, can you repeat your call sign one more time? You guys actually kind of doubled there and couldn't actually hear it well. Back to you.
This is Kilo Golf 5, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo. And I was just going to say, great net, enjoy it so far, and yeah, I like remote radio.
I didn't actually I didn't know who it was for a second, but now I got who it is. But that's excellent. I really like it. It's actually pretty cool. I log in and basically do all my contacts whenever I don't want to actually put my antenna up, because I don't actually have a permanent setup at home. But it's actually awesome. So what's your experience with it? Back to you.
Flex radio, of course. You've got smart SDR that you're able to use, and you can remote into it. But yeah, you've still got a station with an antenna up. The latest that I've used is, again, the Flex radio, but we've got a piece of software called Aether SDR that we're able to use Kiwi SDR logins remotely as a slice on the Flex radio. And I'm just now starting to venture into remoting into the 705 as well as the 7300 that I've got here. Did some remote point with the 991 as Laird got ready to do some of his stuff at a remote ham shack that he was playing with. So, I mean, yeah, remote into a radio, that's a lot of fun. KG5RGR.
That's awesome. You know, what I like about it is if you have actually like a piece of land or property outside, like an area where you have restrictions and things like that, it kind of opens the door so you can actually build something really good out there and not have the issues of the restriction on your HOA or community. It seems to me like every single subdivision now in Texas has like a homeowners association or any other part of the country. So yeah, it's the flexibility of having that, maybe getting like something, if anybody has like a piece of land or second property where they can actually put their antenna and that kind of actually works out to actually, you know, enjoy the hobby in a certain way, and it's really cool the fact that you can use it anywhere in the world, basically. So that's actually awesome. Scott, any other comments before I break with you and I go with Jeremy?
You know, of course, the other remote radio that we've all got to constantly think about, because, I mean, not everybody has HF radios that they can remote into. I get it. You're a technician. You're starting out. We're remoting right now. We're doing a net in Denton, Texas, or here in the Denton County area, and we're remoted all across the United States via AllStar. So, you know, that in itself is huge. Being able to do something like that, it's really cool. And, yeah, we're doing remote radio, guys. This is cool. KG5RGR.
I totally agree with that. It's actually pretty cool to do it, and I've been seeing the bubble, and there's a lot of people connected right now to the net right now. We got people in Delaware. I think we got people in Georgia. We got people all around. So that's actually amazing to actually have all those connections right now. But hey, Scott, thanks a lot, man, for participating with us today. And I'm gonna move to Jeremy. Jeremy, I didn't get your full call sign, but if you can repeat it, I'll appreciate it. Jeremy, to you.
Hey, thank you. KB5UZD, Jeremy, out of Wiley, Texas. Hopefully I'm not choppy. I was getting some choppiness on your handover. Going through a radio node. Love remote radio work. I did a very short interview at Dayton this year with a gentleman that was demoing a alpha version of Get Rigged, which operates off of a bunch of HTML files and some temporary code. He's going to recode it probably if people are interested. Anyway, basically it allows you to connect to a computer that has a physical connection to a radio, and you can connect to it from anywhere in the world, and it's a nice, slick UI. Really, really slick. He was demoing it with the Yaesu FTX1, their invention, reset. I've got parts on order for Hermes Light. I'm going to build a Hermes Light 2 Plus. I've got all the boards on order, so should see those in a week or two. And then the goal there is to do basically hook it up for remote. I do a lot of travel, so if I can get that going through a tablet or Windows or Linux box, then I'll be able to connect to it while on the road. And then if that works, I might build a second one and set up a diversity type environment. That's SDR, so no knobs or buttons that you can press and twist and control, which is not great for some things, but having it on a pane of glass that you can take with you is pretty cool as well. KB5 UZD, back to net.
Hey, excellent comment. That's actually one of the things that I think I love about the remote having a remote ham radio station. It's that if you travel, especially I know a lot of people travel with work and things like that, or even vacation. Sometimes you want to kind of actually play with radio. It's a good way to connect and basically enjoy radio. And also, if you have actually the restrictions like I do, unfortunately I live in an HOA and I can't be very creative with antennas and things like that. So I kind of rely on that technology, and it's working really well. I have made over 100 and something contacts with it already. The thing is, the way I'm actually using it, it can be a little bit pricey and cost sometimes, but I'm kind of researching to see where it can go. But Jeremy, thank you very much for actually joining the Net today. I'm sorry, and we'll move to the next person. Just need your call sign and name. Go ahead.
Whiskey 5 Kilo X-Ray X-Ray. This is Joe.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I got Whiskey 5 X-Ray X-Ray, and I think I missed the other one. Go ahead again.
Yeah, it's Whiskey 5 Kilo X-Ray X-Ray. Joe in Aubrey.
Got it this time. So Whiskey 5 Kilo X-Ray X-Ray. Joe, about the question today, if you want to talk about the World Cup, no, Argentina's playing Spain right now, and 0-0 right now. Or if you want to comment about the ham radio, remote ham radio stations, back to you.
Hey, yeah, this is Whiskey 5 Kilo X-Ray X-Ray. I really don't follow soccer or football, however you want to pronounce it. So I really haven't been following it at all. And as far as remote station is concerned, I've had my ticket for a little over a year now. Got my extra about a month or so ago. And ham radio to me is all about communicating. So it doesn't really matter how you do it. It's just about different ways to communicate, reaching out, and being able to communicate. Now, however that might be. And I live in an HOA as well. So I really don't have a permanent station set up to be able to do that. But hey, if you got it, do it, as far as I'm concerned. So Whiskey 5 Kilo X-Ray X-Ray, back to the net.
Joe, that's actually awesome. W5 Kilo X-Ray X-Ray, that's awesome. And the fact that you're actually an X-Ray right now, in less than a year, I applaud you for that. I need to actually work on my licensing, so I've been getting a lot of people saying that they upgrade, so I got to upgrade. But that's awesome. Any other comments before we move on about the remote? How's your experience? What do you think about it? Go ahead, back to you.
Yeah, no really major, other comments. Right now, I've been playing around with FT8. Finally was able to get Win4 Yaesu and WSJTX and N3FJP and Grid Tracker 2 all talking to each other, so it's been a lot of fun. Just making contacts, across the U.S. and again, just communicating. So, as far as getting my license, it's just, it was great just learning new things and learning more about the hobby and being able to do different things. So it's been a lot of fun and a lot more to do. So that's all I've got for now. Great job running the net. This is W5KXX. Back to you.
That's awesome. Thank you very much. And this is Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Lima Oscar, net control for the Digital Elite speaking net. And I'm going to move to actually some announcements right quick. Just for your information, the Lake Area Amateur Radio Club meeting is actually the second Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. The next one is going to be August 11th, and the address is going to be 6804 Main Street in the Colony, Texas, north of the City Hall building. And I'm going to reset. And month's topic is going to be about the World Radio League. I know these guys are actually doing a lot for the hobby, and it's going to be a pretty awesome presentation there. So let's go ahead and move to any other check-ins. Just need your name and call sign. We want to open up. Anybody else?
Kilo Alpha 1, Papa India Delta, Jonathan, Highland Village.
Hey, Jonathan, welcome to the net. I apologize. Can you repeat your call sign one more time so I can actually write it down here?
Kilo Alpha 1, Papa India Delta.
So much, appreciate that. And about the questions about today, what do you think about the World Cup? Any comments about that? Or remote ham radio stations, what do you think about them? Floor's yours.
I know thoughts on soccer, not something I'm interested in at all, but in terms of remote stations, I've been doing a lot of received stuff. I have an RTL SDR software-defined radio dongle that's hooked into a device that's available over Tailscale, which is a kind of mesh networking protocol that allows you to do point-to-point connection between your client devices without using a central server for the VPN. So what I can do is I can set up my base station antenna into the SDR, turn on RTL TCP, and then I use an app called Corona SDR on my phone. But what this allows me to do is I can set up my base station antenna and everything, set that up for listening, and then find an unused frequency and go take my handheld out and say, okay, let's go simulate an emergency scenario. My wife's listening in on the base station, and I'm going out to see what's happening in the neighborhood, see how things are going. I can actually test and see exactly what the signal quality I'm going to get from certain areas is, and just listening to myself on my phone while I'm transmitting. So that was a really good way of kind of verifying and checking capabilities of my own systems and stuff like that. I'd love to do the same thing with like a hacker app for transmit. Just keep it fully software-defined radio since that's where my familiarity is. So I think that's the next step is probably if I put a kind of custom UI that allows you to interact with the hacker app and actually do transmit as well. But I like the idea of having kind of remote sites that, if you're HOA restricted, I am as well. Having a remote site that you can interact with, I think really neat. Back to Matt.
Awesome comment, Jonathan. About the restrictions, it's becoming more common, and that kind of, I asked myself, is hamburger becoming like a hobby to be in, like in open areas, or it's basically still you can use it in the city and things like that? But with the technology that we're actually having right now, it's really good that we have options to at least do radio, especially like you said, the HOA restrictions and all kind of stuff like that. But awesome comment. Anything else that you want to actually add tonight or say before we actually break with you? Go ahead.
I'm all good. Just want to say thanks for running the net. Really appreciate it, and hope everyone out there listening is having a great day.
I appreciate it. This is KJ5L, net control for the Digital Lead Speaking Net. Anybody else who wants to actually check in for today's net, go ahead with your name and call sign.
So India 5, Romeo Sierra X-Ray Mobile.
David, how you doing? Welcome to the net. So about the topic, what do you think? Either the World Cup or remote ham radio stations. Back to you.
Good afternoon, Edgar, and thank you for running the Digitally Speaking Net. Doing a great job, as always. But yeah, the World Cup, I don't watch soccer. It just takes too long for one team to get a goal. I think I watched a movie, maybe Kung Fu Soccer. I think that was the gist of my soccer watching. But as far as the promotions of, I guess, people from overseas and some of their reactions, pretty hilarious. So back to you, this KF5RSX.
Copy that. One of the things that I really like about the people coming here is actually enjoying Buc-ee's and all the different things that Texas has to actually offer. And it's been amazing. And also the reactions in other parts of the country, too. So that's awesome. Hey, before I break with you, what do you think about remote ham radio stations? I know you guys are actually pretty big on HF and CW and things like that. I just want to actually hear 2 cents about that. Back to you.
If you know somebody that has a big station and you're not having to pay into it, I think it's a better option. When you have to pay for HF privileges, I guess it opens up more doors, but man, I couldn't do it. KF5RSX back to net.
I got it. Sometimes I think it's a great tool sometimes to use it, but like you said, it can actually get really expensive if you go through some websites. But if you actually have a friend or somebody who can lend you a remote station or kind of let you access to the remote station, that's pretty cool. Anybody else who wants to actually check in for the Digital Lead Speaking Net, go ahead with your call sign. This is KJ5L Net Control. Go ahead.
November 5, Yankee Alpha India, N5YAI. This is John. I'm mobile right now over in South Lake. But, yeah, I just wanted to check in.
November 5, YAD, John. Or I'm sorry if I got it wrong. John, any comments about the topic about tonight? Go ahead.
Thanks, Edgar, and hello, good afternoon to everybody out there in Dakar land on the net. Yeah, and I love the Digitally Speaking Net. I used to listen to this net. Every time I share on this net, I think about 4 or 5 years ago when I used to listen to this net in the afternoons and hear Lee. So I always remember Lee. I'll never forget his voice. But, yeah, so, yeah, I'm like Dave. I have no interest in the well, we call it soccer. I think the other countries call it football. So,
like a F-U-T-B-A-L-L instead of F-O-O-T. But anyway, yeah. I flipped across it. I didn't really sit and watched it. I did like sort of the, a lot of the people that are here from various countries, seeing their experiences on Waffle House and Buc-ee's and all this rigmarole. But as far as remote ham radio, man, I love it. Now, the part I love, and I'm talking about remote radio for me, would be using my Apple iPhone, remoting in via AllStar and EchoLink into various repeaters all over the world, but mainly, I'd say, in the United States on those. Yeah, I have remoted into this repeater many a time from Colorado via AllStar. So I call that ham radio remote. And then, also on the digital side, with the C4FM experience, remoting in through one repeater into multiple repeaters via the C4FM experience, the Texas Nexus. So I do that quite often. That's technically sort of remoting, but I think where I'm not using radio at all would be using my either I have an MP3 player that I can connect in to AllStar and EchoLink, or I can do it from my iPhone. So I do that quite often. It's sort of weird doing it because I like, having a radio in front of me, but, got to go with the system. The technology's out there, so might as well use it. Anyway, appreciate you facilitating the net, Edgar. Thanks again. This is N5YAI. It's John, and I'll be listening here for a little bit.
Copy that. John, thank you so much for your participation today and your comments. I appreciate that. And let me tell you something. I use a device. If you guys want to check it out, I use something called the Uniwa Ed400. It's POCPAA, and I'm actually using all the EchoLink, Joystar, Joystar, EchoLink, and all the DD switch and all the applications that I can do remote login or basically get into the repeaters. It has a PTT on the side, so it kind of gives you that radio feeling. And I've been using it almost for like 6 months already, and works amazing, especially in EchoLink, on DD Switch, Joystar, and all the apps. So you can actually assign the PTT to it, and it kind of like it feels like a radio. And I can use Wi-Fi, or if I want to actually put one of these IoT cards, internet-only cards that usually they're very cheap. They're like $20 a year, and you get 4G data on it, and it will actually kind of give you 500 megabytes. And for usage on radio, it will actually be more than enough. Some cards have a little bit more data. They're actually around 800 megabytes, and you can use it, and it works really well. And I only pay $20-something a year for the card. If anybody wants to actually know a little bit more about it, you can check my email on QRZ, KJ5LLO, and I can kind of guys a little bit more about it and share more about that. Pretty good radio. But John, thank you so much. Anybody else who wants to actually check in for today's net, go ahead with your name and call sign.
Alpha 9, Juliet, Alpha Mike.
That was actually good. That means people want to actually join in. But let me go with Alpha Juliet Mike first. I didn't get the full call sign, but go ahead one more time.
Whiskey Alpha 9, Juliet Alpha Mike. Handle here's Jeff. Juliet Echo Foxtrot Foxtrot.
At it this time. Thank you, Jeff. Any comments about the remote ham stations or the World Cup? Go ahead. Floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. The neighbor, I'm outside at the moment. A neighbor was stopped me. What was the question? Net control. Go ahead.
I can repeat that again. We got two topics today, whichever you want or you prefer going with. Today we're talking about remote ham stations or the World Cup. What do you think about the World Cup? Back to you.
I apologize. I'm not really much into the World Cup or soccer, even though I did play soccer as a kid. Matter of fact, Pele was supposed to come to our school, but we had a severe thunderstorm and lightning struck the soccer field, and so everything got called off. Pele was one of the world's greatest soccer players ever. You can look him up on Google. As far as remote stuff, I don't do much remote except with my little HT here. I guess I call that remote. I think remote communication is fantastic. There's some awesome equipment out there. I'll break for the repeater. Some awesome, David, K5DTH even showed me this portable HF radio. It's an HT, but it's an HF and quite expensive, but it's nothing new. Amateur radio is not cheap. You can find cheap ways. Anyhow, I think remote is great. I don't do too much of it. I'm kind of basically now setting up a nice shack here in the house. I've been on my computer for days now, downloading the Ham Radio Deluxe and setting up stuff for that and Logbook of the World, and just having a blast there. Back to you.
I copy that. You know, that's one of the reasons I went with two topics today, because I know some people do follow and there's some other people that don't follow. But anyway, Jeff, hey, thank you very much for participating today, and we appreciate your comments. Thank you so much. I'm going to break with you, and I'm going to move to the other person that I didn't get the call sign, that double. But go ahead. Give me your name and call sign.
If it was me, it was Oscar Zulu 1 Charlie Echo.
Got Charlie Echo. Can you repeat it one more time? Station asking if it was actually me. Yes, go ahead with your call sign one more time. I think I get it. I'm going to move to some events that they're going to be happening in the area, especially in Norman, Oklahoma. And then I'm going to be taking a little bit more check-ins. And this is Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Lima Oscar, net control for the digitally speaking net. Ham Fest, Ham Holiday in Norman, Oklahoma. It's going to be July 24th, this coming Friday, from noon to 7. And Saturday, July 25th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And this is going to be in the Cleveland County Event Center. The address is going to be 615 East Robinson Street in Norman, Oklahoma. If you want more information about this event, it's going to the website you can visit. It's hamholiday.com. Hamholiday.com. After that, Shreveport Boozier Ham Fest in Shreveport, Louisiana. It's going to be Friday, August 7th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, August 8th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's going to be in the Louisiana State Fairgrounds Agriculture Building. Address is going to be 3206 Pershing Boulevard, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71109. If you want more information, you can visit k5sar.com/SB-Hamfest for more information about that. Another Hamfest that's going to be pretty soon, I think this is a big one, Huntsville Hamfest and the American Radio Relay League National Convention. This is going to be in Huntsville, Alabama. And when it's going to be taking place, Saturday, August 22nd, from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Sunday, August 23 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And this is going to be in 22 Von Braun Center, South Hall, 700 Monroe Street, Southwest, Huntsville, Alabama. And for more information about it, you can visit hamfest.org, and there's going to have more details about that. With that being said, any other check-ins for today's net, for the digitally speaking net? This is Net Control, Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Oscar. Go ahead with your call sign and name.
KG7 ZWS, Kilo Golf 7, Zulu Whiskey Sierra, Dean in Oregon.
Hey, Dean, welcome to the net. Awesome to actually have you here from Oregon. Awesome. Welcome. And about today's topic, we're talking about World Cup, if you like soccer, or if you want to talk about ham radio, remote ham radio stations. Go ahead, Dean. Floor is yours.
Yeah, I've been watching the World Cup final today. It's pretty even. They're going back and forth. No one scored yet. Spain has had a lot of possession of the ball, but no one scored yet. But the World Cup's been great. A lot of good matches. A lot of them went to penalty kicks. People are, don't like penalty kicks sometimes, but it's what happened anyway, so it's part of the game. But a lot of good games, a lot of close games. It's been fun to watch this year. This is KG7 ZWS, back to Net Control.
I gotta agree with you. They've been some really good games. I was actually hoping that the USA made it a little bit further than what we did, but I gotta say that they actually played very well. Dean, any other comments about the remote ham station? Are you into it? I know you're actually coming through AllStar and AllSide, but are you using a local repeater? How are you actually getting to us? Back to you.
I'm coming in through AllStar. I found you guys by just looking at the live network key nodes on the AllStar list. I look for an AllStar ID that has some connected to it, more than like 3. So I thought I would give this one a try and put it down on my calendar to check in more often on this one. It's been great. Anyways, yeah, I'm coming in through AllStar. Don't have much other remote experience. I do have a DMR hotspot and also a Yaesu System Fusion hotspot. I can't use HF. I'm kind of in a bad area, so I have hotspots in AllStar to get out on the network with. The KG7 ZWS, back to Net Control.
Thanks for the comment. I really do appreciate it. If you want to do HF, there's actually websites where you can go and log in and do a little bit of HF. That's the benefit about having remote ham stations. Like, if you're in an area that it's not really good signal-wise, or you're in a hole, or basically you have more interference and stuff like that, that's where it becomes really handy to have it. I think there's a lot of tools out there. Don't get limited just by the because there's access to HF through remote ham radio. So I do appreciate Dean joining in today, and thanks for joining. We're always here every Sunday. We got several people that talk about different things on the net. So it's 2 p.m. Central Time, up to 4, depending on how the net goes. But we appreciate you coming in, and have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to call. I actually missed somebody earlier, and let me reset real quick. I think I got Oscar Zulu 1 Charlie Echo, and if that's correct, he's actually coming from Denmark. Are you still there?
Yes, sure, I'm still here. Actually, I have some dropouts here, so I just want you to confirm that I actually getting out.
Yes, you are. Are you actually coming through AllStar right now, or how are you coming through?
Actually, I can tell a little more about that. First of all, the name here is Klaus, Charlie Lima Alpha Uniform Sierra, and I'm located about 50 kilometers north of the German border. The reason that I'm here today is that I'm operating 2 repeaters, and I'm working on integrating one of them into the AllStar network. I got curious and got into this group here regarding the soccer. We are out, so I don't care anymore. Someone mentioned Hammer Slide. I love it. I love it. That's my opinion on that. The reason that I'm operating the repeaters is that I used to be an IT consultant and traveling a lot around, and now when I got retired, I decided to do some accessibility here. I better stop now because I could continue for hours. But I was curious that the reason that I'm here, and I'm actually getting in using a node right now that will be integrated into the server. Back to the net.
That's pretty awesome, Klaus. I don't know if you were going to say something else, but it's amazing that you're actually joining us from Denmark today. And about the World Cup, I love the chant that they had with the row thing. That was pretty amazing. I know your team had a couple of games here in the DFW area, in the Dallas-Fort Worth. We're located here in Denton County, Texas. We're about, I would say, 30 miles north from Dallas. And we run this net every Sunday from 2 p.m. Central all the way to 4 p.m. So you're more than welcome to actually join in, and you're actually coming really good. So we appreciate you coming into this net. Claude, before I break with you, any other comments? Before I move to the next person, go ahead, sir.
No, the only comment I have here is that in the future there will be one already operative Brandmaster repeater named 5 Papa 0 November Alpha Lima Sierra, and this AllStar repeater will be named 5 Papa 1 November Alpha Lima Sierra. That was the final here from my side. Have a nice day over there. That was Oscar Zulu 1 Charlie Echo.
Awesome, Claus. 7-3, and thank you for coming in today. You're sounding really good, and good luck with the repeater setting and everything, and you're more than welcome to always actually join us whenever you want. So that's awesome. That's one of the things I love about Ham Radio over here. You see, connecting. We're basically reaching out internationally now, so that's pretty awesome. I'm going to break with Claus. Anybody else who wants to actually check to the Digital Lead? Digital Lead, speaking net. This is KJ5LO, Net Control. Go ahead with your name and call sign. Hey, so nothing here. I'm going to actually say a couple of more announcements. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about the Richardson Wireless Club. Club meeting when? Second Monday of the month. August 10th is going to be the next meeting from 6 p.m. Central Time to 8:30 p.m. Central. Location is going to be St. Barnabas Church, 1220 West Beltline Road, Richardson, Texas, 75080. So if you want a little bit more information about the Richardson Wireless Club, you can go to www.k5rwk.org/events. That's where you can actually find a little bit more about them. And this club is actually known about their balloons. They always launch balloons. And if you want to know a little bit more about it, on the same website, they have actually a section where you can check the balloons. And I'm not sure when it's going to be the next one, the next launch, but check them out. It's pretty cool. They have a couple of nodes and payloads connected, so it's awesome. And I was able to actually get some QSL cards for participating with them, so I'm pretty happy about that. Anybody else who wants to actually check in for today's net, come with your name and call sign.
Net Control, please check in. Whiskey 7, November Charlie Oscar, Gilbert and Evans, Augusta, Georgia.
Key 7 MCO, Gilbert, how you doing, man? Good to actually have you here. About the question about today, what you think about the World Cup, and also what you think about remote ham radio stations. I know you're big into digital, so go ahead, sir. Floor is yours.
Hey, thanks for hosting the net. I'm glad that you're on the net right now and the lead net controller. What I feel about it's a split in my house between my wife and I. She's going for Spain, where I'm going for Argentina. So we're having fun with that. So we'll see. I like Messi, but I gotta, Spain is also close to the heart because, heritage. Let me take a break here. As far as what you said, remote station, I like doing digital like for DMR, D-Star, AllStar nodes. I enjoy it. I like the fact that I could reach out around the world with simple radio. But at the same time, when it comes to HF, I do not like remote station on HF. I like the idea of antenna to antenna, because when the most things hit the fan, let me just say it that way, you want to be able to communicate immediately antenna to antenna. You're not going to be able to get to a remote station to do it. That's my thought. And I know how the people may feel like, but to me, with HF, antenna. This is on Whiskey 7 SEO, back to net control.
Copy that. So I got a question for you. You think it's not beneficial to have it? I just want your 2 cents on that. Why you think the antenna to antenna is actually more important? Back to you.
Like you and I always say, it's a tool in the box, but I feel that you gotta at least have one kind of mode where you don't need. That keep it simple, back to the basics, where you don't need no kind of technology. You need to be able to do it from the basic level, I think. Like either or analog radio, just in case. Digital, don't get me wrong, I love digital. But that's in the event that we don't have digital, we may have to go analog. That'll be, already going to get you maybe 2 or 3 miles. But with HF, you can at least go around the world or across the United States, antenna to antenna. So that's why I say it.
Copy that. Well, it's a good observation, but personally, the reason why I do it, and I like to actually do sometimes HF on like remotely, it's because of the restrictions I have and things like that. And I think there's a lot of people like that in that same situation. So I don't know, but it depends on the person. I will face that. But Gilbert, thanks a lot for being in. This Whiskey 7 NCO. Any other comments before I break with you and move to the next person or next check-in?
No, it's like I said, I enjoy doing digital. That's probably been my first way to communicate. But at the same time, you got to keep some radios, on the other end, so that we don't forget how to use if you don't use it antenna to antenna, that's a skill, I guess, that we got to learn to use, to learn how to tune into different frequencies and like go fishing versus having it there already. So in a real life situation where everything hits the fan, I think that you need to be able to fish for frequency and find somebody out there than a digital one. That's just a thought. I mean, I'm sure everybody will have their own reason to not use it or use it, but that's just me. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for hosting. This is Whiskey 7 NCO, back to Net Control. Thank you so much. It's 7-3.
Hey, copy that, Gilbert. Thanks for participating in today, and thanks for your comments to the net today. I'm going to actually move to the next person. Anybody else who wants to check in for today's net? Come with your name and call sign.
Hello, India 5, Juliet, Charlie, Mike, Thomas, and Grapevine.
Thomas, welcome to the net. And questions for today's net. It's about the World Cup, if you follow it, or what you think about ham radio, remote ham radio stations. What's yours, sir?
World Cup, I guess I'm going to, since I didn't follow it, cricket is a gentleman's game. Why, football is the game of the flat. Let's go with that. As for remote stations, they're a lot of fun. I've been finding some of those through Echolink. And like my favorite contact of all time was in the Seychelles. They apparently have a internet-linked repeater on the highest part in the archipelago. And I had this lovely gentleman go, "Yeah, man, JC, we got you, man, QSO," which tickled me probably more than it should have. So yeah, I think remote stations are good. We just need to remember that we have to follow the rules for the country they're in. So we should Google the country to avoid, issues.
I totally agree with that. You don't want to say something that will trigger people or something. That's a good comment. But it's awesome. I enjoy. One of the things that I really like to do is kind of go into sometimes Echolink and join other repeaters around the world to kind of have an idea what other ham radio operators are doing across the world and things like that. So you can learn what differences they have and things like that. But that's an excellent point. Yeah, you have to actually kind of know their rules and follow what they're saying. So that's awesome. Thomas, before I break with you, any other comments or anything else you want to add? Go ahead.
Just as the old Cold War wisdom still applies, that if you're talking to someone in Russia or China, you are talking to communist intelligence or the KGB. Other than that, no. I've gotten to check into nets in the Philippines and all over the place, and hams are pretty much hams all over the world, so I encourage anyone to get out there and enjoy it. KI5, JCM, back to Net Control.
Hey, thanks, Thomas, for participating today. You know something? That's actually one of the concerns sometimes I have. especially when you talk to some countries. But anyways, that's another topic for another day, right? But Thomas, thanks so much. Anybody else who wants to actually join the conversation, go ahead with your name and location and your call sign. I'm going to go to some announcements right now. If you guys want to know more about this net, and we have all their operators too, they have different topics, and all of them actually do a really good job. This is one of my favorite nets that I like to be every week. So if you want to know more about what we do, you can go to digital and then -lee, and it's LEE-speaking.net. Basically, you can have more information, or if you want to contact us, you can go to, you can send us an email, digitallyspeaking@gmail.com. If you're interested in also hosting the Digitally Speaking some Sunday, even if it's actually your first time or you want to do it for a short time, send an email. They're always looking for net control operators, and it's really fun. I like having a conversation with everybody and basically hear from everybody and what they're thinking out there in terms of the ham radio. So also, if you want to follow us on Facebook and Signal, search for Digitally Speaking. On Signal, it's Digitally Speaking, and you can actually join the chatter in Signal. And it gets really interesting. A lot of conversation going on the Signal group, so it's pretty awesome. So for the local area as well, we had the Plano Amateur Radio Club event. They actually meet the third Monday of the month. Next meeting is going to be tomorrow, July 20th, and the location is going to be the First United Methodist Church, and the address is 3160 East Spring Creek Parkway, Plano, Texas. And if you want a little bit more information about it, you can search K5PRK.net on events and calendars, and you will actually have more information about that. Besides that, let me actually move if there's any other check-ins for today's net. Go ahead with your name and call sign and location.
Foxtrot Lima Delta Juliet. Somewhere near Frisco, the Colony border.
At Lima Delta Juliet, Kilo India 5 Lima Delta Juliet. Michael, right? Go ahead.
Kilo Foxtrot 5 Lima Delta Juliet. I rarely get to catch this net, but I just want to say hello to everybody. And boy, howdy, is it hot out here. And I heard Tuesday we're going to be well above the 100s, so not looking forward to that.
Yeah, I don't look forward to that either. I think I was talking earlier to my wife, and she was saying that it's going to be here like 107, 106. That's way too hot, way too hot. But Michael, any comments about the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup, or what do you think about remote ham radio stations? I know you do a lot of YouTube videos about different things, so we'd like to actually have your input on that. Back to you.
Well, I hate to disappoint, but I'm not the biggest follower of the FIFA World Cup. I know there's a lot of energy behind it, and it does last longer than the Olympics or something that happens every 4 years. As far as remote ham radio, I think there's good times for it, and there's times for on-hands radio, but, you know, it's a great opportunity for those who don't have access to their own HF radio. They can log into another, or even
if they're away from home and they wish they brought the radio with them, they can do that as well. So, I mean, there is definitely a place for it, and especially for like a person that is in a home and no longer has their own home, but they're being taken care of in a nursing facility. I think that was a great opportunity for them to get on the radio and still connect with the hams around the world. That's my thoughts on remote ham radio. KF5LJ, back to that.
Yeah, I copy that. I think that's the consensus with everybody. There's a place, and I think it's another tool in the box. And, you know, people like, if they have restrictions, and you actually nail it with the, if they live in a home, they can't have the antenna anymore. People want to still have that contact with radio, especially HF. I think HF is one of the cores of the hobby, so that's awesome. Well, Michael, appreciate it. Thanks for the comments, and stay hydrated out there. I know it's pretty hot. I think in this area it's like 98, 99 degrees right now, so really hot in the DFW area today. So appreciate that. Anybody else who wants to actually check in for today's net? This is Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Oscar, net control for the digital lead speaking net. Go ahead with your name and call sign.
KB5 UZD. Comment.
Sure, go ahead with your comment.
Yeah, thank you. KB5UZD, Jeremy out of Wiley, Texas. A couple things. We're speaking World Cup soccer. I forgot to mention it earlier, but there is a special event station operating through, I believe, the rest of today. Richardson Wireless Radio Club was part of that, but there are a few opportunities to check into a couple of the stations around the United States today. Pretty sweet. You can search for it on 2026 World Soccer Tournament. I think it's WC 2026 SES in the search bar there, and it should take you to the website where you can figure out contact. And they're running FM, sideband, and digital reset. Yeah, I just see Paul drop that in the chat. Awesome. And also, Huntsville Amateur Hamfest, T.O. Steve, temporarily offline, has put together another year of what's being called 4 Days in August, FDIA. And if you're not familiar, and if you are going to Huntsville, you can jump in a couple days early, and they're putting on some free classes Wednesday, Thursday, and I believe Friday, scheduled to be determined on various things like CPR and build a choke and a demonstration on phased arrays, which is really slick. And then there's some other things going on right now that they're trying to work out. I think Jason HWE is actually giving a walk around of his mobile truck. So if you like mobile radio, that would be an excellent opportunity to see how he does things. And reset, one more thing. And I won't be so long-winded. Klaus reminded me that we do have our Yaesu System Fusion repeater located in historic downtown Wiley. Is now connected to AllStar. We've got a hub up on the internet as well that can be connected to, and it's also connected to Jason's main hub, Ham Radio 2.0 Jason. And so that's all interconnected. So if you're in the Wiley area or roughly in the 15 or 20 mile radius, you can connect to the KI5WIZ repeater, and that'll get you right onto AllStar as well. We have roughly about 171 nodes connected right now, which is pretty slick. KB5UZD, thank you for your time. Back to net.
Hey, thank you for those announcements. I really do appreciate that. I didn't actually have that on the script. Michael, if you're still listening, KI5 LDJ, I know you guys are going to be having an event with the county, Denton County, for emergency services. I'm not sure if you're still listening, but we'd like to actually hear a little bit more about that. If you're listening, I would like to actually, if you can announce the event. Back to you. I don't think he's actually there anymore, but anyways, I know Denton County is going to have an emergency services presentation on the county, and they're going to have several clubs in the area kind of working out. If anybody actually knows about that event and the dates, and they want an announcement, you can actually come in and say it. I think that's a pretty good event for the community and basically about emergency preparedness. So if anybody out there knows about it and wants to actually announce it, go ahead.
Yeah, 5 LDJ. Sorry, I just pumped some gas in the vehicle.
I know you guys are going to be having an event on Denton County with emergency services. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Unfortunately, I don't have the information, and I think that's a pretty important event for the community. So go ahead with the traffic, please.
Yeah, September the 12th. It's going to be a Saturday until about 11 o'clock or noon. It'll be in the morning hours when it's cooler. We're going to have our, I think it's going to be the 5th or 6th annual Emergency Preparedness Fair. And there's going to be lots of agencies there from, Aries will be there representing all the clubs. We'll have the U.S. Coast Guard Reserve out there. Texas Department of Public Safety will be out there. The TPDW, or Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, TPWD, sorry, and all these different organizations just to help you get on your feet and get yourself and your family prepared. We'll be out there talking about ham radio, and we'll probably talk about other radio services as well as just having an emergency communications plan for your family, because if you prepare in every other area but you don't prepare in communications, that could be a nightmare. So it's always important to have an emergency communications plan. That following week, Robeson Ranch, which is a retirement community, it's an HOA retirement community, about 6,000 people out there. They're going to be having one as well. Theirs will be on a smaller scale, but it is still a neat event to come to with some great people there. And so I encourage everybody to attend. If you'd like to help represent your club, please come out. I could always use the help. This is KF5 LDJ. Back to net.
Well, thank you very much for reminding everybody about that event. I think it's pretty important. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to support the event, so I got to separate those dates. That's actually one of the reasons why I became a ham radio operator, so I can be part of the community just in case if something happens with emergency or anything that I can help out and have the information about what's going on if something happens. But I do appreciate that, and guys and gals, please support this event. It's going to be awesome, and get your family involved. I think it's pretty important to actually get the family involved in emergency communications, to have a backup plan, just in case something happens. So I do appreciate that, Michael. Before I'm going to break with you, and want to actually see if anybody else wants to actually check in for today's net. This is KJ5LO for the net control for the Digital Elite Speaking Net. Go ahead with your name, call sign.
Kilo Golf 5 Whiskey India Victor checking in.
I got Kilo Golf 5 Golf Whiskey, that's correct?
Kilo Golf 5 Whiskey India Victor KG5 WIV.
Thanks for the correction. I appreciate that. Sorry about misunderstanding there. Any comments about today's topic? Either the FIFA World Cup. I know Argentina and Spain are playing, and they're actually 0-0 right now during the second quarter, well, actually second half of the game. Or anything about remote ham stations. Any of those two topics you want to talk, or anything else you want to bring to the table? Go ahead, floor is yours. For Kilo Golf 5, Whiskey India Delta, I don't know if you're still there. Go ahead.
Whiskey India Victor is still here.
Sorry about that. I did the correction already, but go ahead with your comments. Floor is yours, sir.
Well, guys, I'm not much of a soccer fan, so I don't have much to comment on that. I just hooked up my mobile unit in my Jeep, and I heard you guys on here, and trying out a new antenna as well on this Jeep and getting all the grounding right, so I guess you guys can hear me okay.
Sir, you're actually coming loud and clear. Very good audio.
Well, great, guys. I sure appreciate it. And you guys continue. Kilo Golf 5, Whiskey India Victor. Standing by.
Thank you for participating today. Anybody else who wants to actually check in for the Digital Lead Speaking Net? This is KJ50 Net Control. Go ahead with your call sign and name. Hey, I just want to actually take a minute right quick before, if we don't have any other check-ins, I'm going to be closing the net for today. I want to actually appreciate all the clubs that are supporting this net, especially the Denton County Amateur Radio Association, and also different clubs in the area like the Richardson Wireless Club, and the people from Call Station as well, everybody who's actually connected today. And I'm going to do a last call. Anybody else who wants to check in before we actually shut it down? When nothing hurt, I just want to actually close with closing thought. I think remote operation is helping people to have actually alternatives to operate a ham radio station. So I want to thank everybody today who actually joined the net tonight. And I think it was actually a pretty good topic, learned from a lot of people today. So with that said, I'm going to be closing the net at 3:37 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to put this repeater back to amateur radio use. So 7-3s, everybody, and this is KJ5L. I'll be clear.
We're still here across the airwaves. Every Sunday we remember your name. The bands may change, the years may pass, but the friendships we